Hello, hello, everybody. I'm back. I figured out my problem with my card. So putting right sides together was correct. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes and see if my friends are going to come back on. Let's see. You know, we all have our rough times. I think we got it all figured out, and then it just went crazy. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully those that were watching earlier will come back and watch this one, so you can see that I got it right. All right. Again, today what I'm doing is I'm making a vertical angle card using the Wonderful World free paper. And I'm not using the stamp today, but all of this is free. The 12 by 12 paper and this beautiful stamp set. It's just so pretty the way it stamps. And that is in our Sale-a-bration brochure. And let's see. I was also going to let you know that this other one has this one that everybody loves so much. It says it's unavailable right now, but I think they're going to reorder it. So, because it's really cool. I know I hadn't gotten it, and so I'm like, oh, I missed out. All right, so this is what I'm doing. Again, these directions are correct. So this is a vertical angle card, and we're going to be putting the right corner on the left side 1-inch mark. And I mean the left side of our Stampin' Up paper trimmer. And we're going to put the bottom left on the inside 1-inch mark. And then it will be turned like this, like that. And then we'll slide the thing to cut it. So we're starting out with paper that is, let's see, my measurements are there too. 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So I've got, I have it right here too. So I'm going to do the 3 7/8 first. Let me go ahead and move myself out of the frame. Nope, wrong way. Here we go. All right, so we're going to do before I cut the paper, what I was having trouble with was whether I put right sides together or not. And what I discovered is that it's true. So what I'm going to do, like this side is what we call an A side of the paper, and so is this side. It's an A side. And then these two, on the inside, we would call them the B side. So I'm going to put B sides together and cut. And this all should work now. Okay, so we're going to measure 3 5/8 and cut that down. Okay, put this aside. I'm just thinking how silly I must have looked earlier, but that's okay. Got to learn somehow. And of course, we all make mistakes. All right, now I'm going to cut the 4 7/8 right there. All right, and we can get rid of this. So now when I cut, according to my directions again, here's the paper. I'm going to put the right corner on the 1-inch mark of my paper trimmer. And this is a Stampin' Up paper trimmer. What's so cool about it, you have the inches going this way along with an arm, but then there's just a few, I guess 3 inches going that way, and that gives us the ability to do this type of cutting. So the right corner is going on the 1 inch, and the left bottom corner down here, we're going to put it on the inside 1 inch. So we're going to just slide it over until we hit that 1 inch mark. So now I have them both on 1 inch. Okay. And I put the arm down and slice. Now, I've got these pieces. I'm going to show you how this is supposed to turn out. Now you have different ways to make the card. Okay, we have the A side and the B side. And we do it this way. And the reason why this works is because we have the flowers going in one direction. We want to keep them in one direction. Same with this. So now we can put this together and it is one card, or we could put this together and it's one card. Now, if you want to make them look completely different, what I would do is flip and you get a different look. But just know, see, the flowers are going in the correct direction too. So this is our minor piece, minor, and this is our B's and our main A. So that's what was confusing me, because when I was flipping, I was using more than one piece of paper, I believe. And when I flipped it, it was just really confusing to me. So again, when you do this, here's the paper. And the way we cut it, just to make you understand, these are the A sides. So we put the A sides together and then ran them through our paper trimmer where it sliced it like so. Okay, so this is, let's say this is paper trimmer galley, and you have this on the 1 inch and this on the 1 inch. No, it's this way. Goodness. It's the left corner. It's easier that way. This would be on 1 inch. The top right is on the 1 inch on the inside of the track, and the left is on the get my trimmer here. I'm tired of getting it wrong. Okay, so pretend this is all together again. We've got the right sides together, meaning the A sides together. And what I'm going to do is put the right corner on that one. That's the right corner, and we had this still together. We didn't cut yet. No, it's not coming out. Is it because it's flipped? Oh, that's what it is. Because I started with the ends. See, I bet you that's what confused me earlier. I started just the opposite, with the A sides on the outside and the B sides on the inside. So then, now it's going to work. Okay, there. Now you see the one, and this is going to fall in the gutter or the track to cut it. You just keep turning it, and then this side falls on the one right here. This is the 1 inch on the inside. Yeah, there's the inside. So, and then you cut and you have this. Okay. My poor little brain. Okay, so now we can make 2 cards. We can make, let me put these together again. You can switch, I like it this way. We can switch these together. So you have the dominant and the A side and B side, or you can do it just like this, which looks pretty too, with the A side on top and the B side on the bottom, or we can flip them And this gives me the what's wrong with my paper? Why aren't you working for me? Okay, here we go. That's that. And this is not that. This is this. And I guess if we just turn it over, that works. It's this way or this way. Now that's right. And my flowers are still going up and down. So it's just flipping them over once you do that. Because I don't think we switch these two. Again, we have it this way. Yeah, okay. All the same. Well, we're going to just do one card. And I think I'm going to do this one because I love those little flowers. And I have an iris already cut out. So that's what I'm going to go with. So that we're done with the cutting, painfully done with the cutting. But that's what you do. Okay. Now the rest of the card, this is what you're going to need. I have a rich raspberry, I believe. This is a card base, but it is long. It's 11 inches long by 4.5, and it's 4 1/4 scored at 5.5. Okay, so this is what I call it a top folding card. Okay, so you're going to need that. And you're also going to need a mat. And the mat is to put this on. So that I have the mat dimensions as 3 3/4 by 5. And so if I were putting this mat on, it would go here. I hope everybody had a good laugh because I had a good laugh at myself. Okay, and then this piece, the angled card, will go on, and it leaves just a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. See, so that green is just barely peeking out. So that's what we'll be doing. It'll be better when I get it. Start placing it all on the card. And I also have this for the inside panel so we can decorate it. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And what I did too, I had another paper because I was thinking this has so much white background. Instead of using the green as a mat, I could use this white piece as a mat. Let's see how that looks. So it's the same dimensions. And then I would put this here. Like I said, it just leaves a 1/16 of an inch. And then this one at the bottom. There. And that's the way the front of the card will look. I don't know. I kind of like the white. I think it makes it stand out real nicely. Let's look at it again. It's a hard decision. This one. Here. And here. 1/16 of an inch. That's the green. What do you like? I think for this one, since we've got such a white background, I think I will go with the green. So that's what it will be, green. And it's Pear Possess. All right, so we won't use the white mat for this one. Yep. And we'll save the inside panel for later. So now what I need to do is put this card together. But you know what? We'll start with adding our vertical angle on the mat. So I'm going to get my handy dandy glue and put glue very lightly, very thin. Can you see? Just a thin little line. I'm not really embarrassed. I'm just flabbergasted at what I did earlier. Because it's not like I haven't made more than one of these cards, but that's what getting on camera does sometimes. Okay, so I can move it over just a bit, move it up just a bit to make sure those sides are all even. Now let's do this again. Okay. And we're going to butt this up right together. Nope, may have to overlap just a little bit to get my margin correctly. Yep. Move it down just a bit and move it over just a bit. Okay. Now, I think that looks really good. All right. So then this, we've got it on the base. Now we're going to be talking about adding a flower. Now these are the flowers from the paper I fussy cut out, and I thought this would be so pretty with this paper. And then I also fussy cut this white lily, which is beautiful too. So it could go, but actually, you know, with that, you might want to do it on this one. Let's see. Since we have this on top and the minor on the bottom, the white might look better on here. And of course, it'll be popped up. Maybe add, since I've cut that off, we can maybe add this one. Something to think about. Okay, so let's go with what we're working on with this one. We're going to pop this flower up. But before we do that, I want to look at adding some punched out leaves. What I have here in this little bowl, because I love to use little simple white bowls to put my ephemera in when I'm working on a card. And I have cut, I don't think this is old olive. I'd have to look it up. Okay, so these are cut out with my old punch. So I would put, to start, what I'm going to do is try to disguise that line, okay, that angle. And I'm going to put the darker, I bet that is old olive. Huh, funny. Start with those. And then the Pear Pizzazz is the same one. I may put it on there. Now I'm just playing here, just fill it out. See what I can do. Now remember, on the card, this is smaller than the card base, so I'll have a little bit of room if they fall outside the card line. Let's see. I have cut some vellum, which is always nice to put on something like this. Now this is out of another punch. I think it's called the bow punch. Here's another one. So what I do on one side, I'll do on the other. And then the trick is we're going to pull them in a little bit, because I just realized that these stems are very skinny. So to make it stand out, I need to push them together like that to make a little bouquet. And I think that'll be pretty. Okay, if you have a larger flower, you can spread them out a little more. Okay, and let's see. Let's go with this green one. Let's see if we can add one up here. And then one on the bottom. I got lots of little pieces. It looks like a lot, doesn't it? Okay, and let's stop with that. And what I would do is I'm going to put a glob of glue right there and then add these pieces. It's just simple as that. Okay, so I'm going to put a glob right here. See that? And let's do this. Kind of hold them together, spread them, fan them out a little bit. Whoops. Come on. Okay, he wants to go on by himself. So we'll let him go on by himself. There. Let's put these others on. I think I can just push them onto that glue and hold it down. I made a big enough dot that's probably squishing out just a little bit. Okay, that's that. And see, it pops up just pretty like that. Okay, and we do the same thing on this side. Just hold the little bouquet together with my fingers. Get my glue and put a glob of this liquid glue right there. Because this liquid glue will dry clear anyway. All right. And I'm going to push this one down into the glob. Okay, I'm going to hold it there just for a second. Let it set. My finger's setting too. It's stuck. Woo! Okay, we need a tool. Okay, that's pretty. I like that a lot. And so I got some sticky on my fingers. Yeah, there we go. And my little towel. Wipe my fingers. Ooh. Okay. Got them clean. Got fuzzies on them. Okay. Now that's dry. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals and pop this up right there. And I think that's really pretty. And we can put a sentiment, probably a small sentiment right here. And I have just the tag to put there. So let me get my dimensionals and put dimensionals on this. I think I'm done with the glue, so I'll close it. And dimensionals. I'm down to the last of my dimensionals. I had to order some more. And I was even using some old ones that I had bought, you know, at Hobby Lobby or whatever. But I like these better. Okay. Well, I hope the people that were on earlier will come back on and give me a cheer that I figured it out. It is. It's so frustrating. It can be frustrating when you go online and everything just kind of falls apart. It's like I had it so right in my brain, and then my brain just didn't want to do it anymore. Oop, I got that one a little high. Let me take it off. Okay. I'll put it on this other one. There. Need a tiny, tiny one. Without all those big bumps. Okay, let's try it here. There. Okay, now I can pull the backs off. Now, turn this over, put it on our pretty card. This actually is working out real nicely. Since this has more of a white background, it's going to make this colorful flower show off a little more. So I'm going to, gosh, I like to keep it straight. All righty here. There. Oh, so pretty. And now all I need to do is put it on the card and then stamp something on the inside of the card. So I've got that done. Isn't that pretty? And really, since I have a little bit a wider, more room right there, I could actually put another little twig in there and press it down. And maybe one more. How about another vellum? That's why I love putting them all in my little bowl container especially when I'm using punches, and you can just punch a bunch. It's all sticky right there, so I can keep adding them. Okay, this one may need a little bit more help. Okay, come out of there. I think what I'm going to do is go back and do this after a while because it's not wanting to behave. Okay, but that's what it's going to look like. And see how I filled it in a little better there. All right, so it's going to, it may not. Okay, now I'm going to put glue on the back of the mat using my Tombow Mono liquid glue. And place it on the front. Oh, that is just so pretty. Make sure those corners. If I got a little glue from my finger there. But I have this little rubber dilly that I bought years and years ago that you just kind of go back and forth. It's actually I know in grade school it's they had these type of things, but they were like larger, bigger. I can't think of what it's. But see how it took that glue right off. Okay. And now the inside panel, we can decide what we're going to put on the inside. So the inside panel, I would like to put, let me look at my stamp set again. Okay, looking at the flowers, we've got this one showing. We got the big pointy one. We've got a rose under there. So, of course, we have the iris in the center. So let's use that iris in the center. And we'll put it at the bottom of this. Okay. There. Let me get a block. Whoops. Okay, got the block, and I need a color. I'm going to use Orchid Oasis. If I had to choose the one color from In Colors, it's this. This is my favorite one. I think it's just so beautiful. That such a pretty blue. And it's a blue purple, so that's why it can handle this iris. I'm not going to try to color the stems and all that because it doesn't matter. I think it's artistic just to leave it all one color. But I do need something underneath my card so I can stamp off a little bit. Okay. So this is the inside. Ooh, I really got halo there. Let's go right here in this corner, or maybe this corner. Yeah, let's do this corner. There it is. See how it looks purplish? It's a blue purple. That's why I love it. See? Isn't that pretty? It's so beautiful. So, got that. The only thing after we get that glued in is we need to put the, oh, I'll leave this out. I think I'm going to use the blue for the Orchid Oasis for the sentiment. I have a cute little tag that I had already cut out. It's the advantage of just always doing something in this room. So I can use this little tag. Put it right here. Oh, I can even push it over now. I'm going to put it even with the green. But now I've got to find my sentiment. And the sentiment that I was using is from Peaceful Moments, but I need something really small. I don't know if that happy birthday. Oh, Always Remember. That would be it. That's a tiny one. Let's put that on there. Why not? Especially with the lily. Or the iris. It's probably an iris. Always remember. Get my smaller block. Come on. Stuck on there really well. Now I'm going to put this in the ink. And I'm going to stamp it on my grid paper to see how straight I get it. It's pretty good. I'm going to stamp it again, make sure it's stamping completely right underneath. One more time. I like to do this if I haven't used the stamp yet. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to take my tag off. There we go, right there. It's going to even look better. You know what? So that tag doesn't move on me. I want a piece of washi tape or something to kind of hold it down. Well, I have this little piece. That's what I'll use. I just don't want it to wiggle on me while I'm trying to stamp it. Okay, I'm just going to put it right here. Okay, and I always remember, let's do it again, and this time on the tag. Right there, I'm putting it right in the center. It's pretty good. Could have been better. And I may need to recut this one and do it again. See how it's just light right at the top. But I think they all were. Well, I can't restamp it right now because I didn't use the Stamparatus. We don't like to use a Stamparatus on little tiny sentiments. And the other thing I could use instead of that, let's see if I have my little bowl up here. I have this little bowl of sentiments from, this was last year's, I think. Yeah, like this tiny little congratulations, that would work. You know, we can even layer it. Let's see. Ta-da! That's what I'm going to do. Tricks. Okay, fix that. All right, so that means I need just a dot of glue on the back of this. I didn't use a dot, did I? Okay, oops. Can you see what I'm doing? Put this congratulations right in the middle, right over what I stamped. Push it over just a bit. That's nice. And now I can add this to my card. I'm going to snip off the end of that just so it balances it better on the end of the card. There. So it will go right there. See, push it up right there. We'll go right over the green, but not on the raspberry. See how neat that looks? I think it looks so good. Okay, I'm going to add glue to it, and then we'll glue in the inside panel. I think I'm going to do one more of these cards. So, because apparently I need to practice. Turn it around. This way we can all get it right. There, that looks nice. See, that's why it's nice to have little sentiments like that ready. And like I said, that was from, it was like the messages or something like that, where it had the die cut and the stamp that went together. That's what this is from. So that's kind of neat. And now let's glue in. I've got a little glue on my mat. Okay. Let's glue in this inside panel. That's enough, just a little squiggly line. And put this in. Looking at all the sides to get them. I look at the corners, both sides, come on, and the bottom. Need to go up a little more. I don't know why I'm having such trouble today. I know what it is I'm also, I lean on the perfectionist side. I want everything to be completely straight. And see, and I get that from my mom, because I told you she was a seamstress and she wanted everything to match, seams to match. She didn't want, you know, to be one pattern running into another and you know, just, everything had to be even, Steven. That took me too long. Okay, there we go. Now, see, that's pretty. And you can even add a sentiment up here if you want. So there's our card. Why, it looks pretty fancy, doesn't it? You know what? I like to add Wink of Stella also to the flower. Might as well do that. And all you do is use the Wink of Stella brush and kind of squeeze and get that glitter to come down. I think I just bought a new one too. I need to pull it out. I think this one's on the end of its rope. But I'll still make it work. There it comes. This never shows up real well on camera, but it's beautiful in person. There. That. And maybe a couple pearls. I have the iridescent pearls right here. Look at these. Oh, I'm going to put 3 in a row right there, right on top of that. They're so pretty. I'm going to do the one in the middle first. Middle. And we have this one left. And one more. And the right. Oh, come on. There. Ah, I love that. A little bit of the pearl. There we go. It's got the Wink of Stella on it too. I just like all the flourish on it. I think that's why I liked Forever Fern so much. It was one of the first sets I bought. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And then on the inside we have the iris and that orchid color. All right. Well, thank you for being with me for the second time, and hope you enjoyed it, even though it's been kind of crazy today. So I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks. Bye.